All right, welcome to the FeedBak Podcast, everybody. My name is Back. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate y'all. A couple of things, as always, make sure you go to the feedback.com slash, what am I saying? No, youtube.com slash the feedback to see all the videos of all the pretty people I've had on the show. The archives go really, really deep, so make sure you subscribe on YouTube, on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Recently, we just celebrated our 300th episode.
Nice.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you. 10
Awesome.
years in the making. That's
Woo.
not a good ratio, but whatever. I made it, mama. I ain't making money off of this, but I made it.
I have created, though.
Yes, I've done things. I've talked to people. Really interesting, thoughtful, funny people. This is what I do. So thank you so much for checking me out. Go back to the archive, Spotify, whatever. And go whoever I had on, go see him live on stage, whatever projects they got going on. We always have the links in the show notes or in the YouTube notes. Second, Record Play Live. Make sure you follow Record Play Live on Instagram. By the time this comes out, we already had our Producers Edition. But our next one is going to be December 17th, Sunday. We'll be back at Pershing, and the theme is One Hit Wonders. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
So brush up on all your Ice Baby. It's music trivia. So, it's going to be a good time. We're going to have Marissa will be back hosting. DJ K. Cali will be in the building as well. I'll be out there as well. So you should get your tickets right now. You go to recordplay.live/one-hit-wonders and you can snag your tickets. All right. So I'm really excited. This is episode 301, so I'm glad I got this lady in my building. And Doc Farrow was like, "Yo, you gotta have Cat on."
He did say that. Yeah, I was holding the gun, but he said it well. Yeah.
I got Cat Hammons in my house. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for coming through.
Oh, thank you. I look forward to it.
So how do you know Doc, first of all?
Doc and I were in a theater company together, and that's how we met. I don't know if I'm putting him on blast, but I guess I'll put him on blast.
Oh, you don't care. Go ahead.
We dated for a while. A second, a half second, a millisecond.
Really?
And then he broke up with me.
That asshole.
I know.
Really?
Yeah.
How long ago were we talking?
Oh, it's got to be 10 years now, something like that.
Oh, 10 years. But you guys are cool now.
Oh, we're so cool. Yeah, he's one of my best friends.
Oh, yeah. Doc's the shit.
Yeah.
Doc's the shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
awesome.
go see Doc Farrow wherever he's at in the country at any given point.
Yeah, because he's awesome, and he's really like putting it out for his comedy, so he'll be all over the place. So yeah, look for him.
And so so you're in this new movie for When You Get Lost?
Yeah.
Right. So this is your first time in Austin for the Austin?
It is, yeah.
And how is it so far?
You guys keep a lot of humidity here. You seem to like your humidity.
Yeah, but this is recent.
Really?
Yeah, because
this isn't just life.
No, we went for months without any kind of rain. It was just straight hot.
Oh, interesting.
Straight hot. So
Yeah.
you came in when it started, kind of raining a little bit. So yeah, you get the sticky skin.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is we'll get by. But I mean, what anything else struck you about Austin? First of all, did you have any kind of I'm going to Austin, so I expect to see X? Homeless people, we got those.
You do have homeless people.
Yeah.
You have a lot of people talking to themselves, which, made me feel like I was back home in LA.
Uh-huh.
I guess because it's Austin, I was really expecting Portland, and it seems like Portland.
Yeah, our sister city.
Yeah, exactly. If I'd gone someplace else like Dallas, I would have expected a lot of cowboys and cowboy boots and all of that other stuff. I wanted to wear cowboy boots and all of that, but it just felt out of place for Austin.
No, we're a flip-flop city.
Yeah.
We're a flip-flop, khaki shorts, and Longhorn T-shirt. That is the
I did see a lot of Longhorn T-shirts, so yeah.
Look, I went to UT. I don't own a single one.
What?
I don't give a shit.
Don't even support.
No.
Ew.
No, I mean, I don't care.
You know what? That's how teams lose, is when you don't support them by buying their merch. So,
really? Because their merch keeps them alive?
Yeah.
They don't get paid
their merch
anyway.
Makes them feel so good in their soul that they're like, I'm going to just win this for Jesus. And that dude who bought my merch.
Yeah, but I don't care that much. Sorry.
Lose, win.
I'm
Who
sorry,
cares?
Longhorn. It gonna ruin my day. I mean, it's just like, you win, you lose. Yeah.
Keep walking.
I still gotta eat.
Exactly. That might be interrupted if I buy your merch.
Yeah, exactly. Just good old me. And I'll wear your t-shirt. It's not gonna make the goddamn back then and wear the jersey today again.
We're not playing.
You know, like they light up the tower where the Longhorn win.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be like, oh fuck, back then wear the thing. We can't.
Yeah, we can't.
We can't. God damn.
Just psychologically, I can't deal with it. And so, Coach, I'm sorry. No.
No, look, I'm not. So that is the. I was shocked too, because I was like, because coming from France, I was like, I was expecting all those things.
Yeah.
And I get here, I'm like, oh, there's artists. People actually kind of. I won't say a thing outside the box because the box is not that big to begin with.
Right.
But it's more of a the island inside of Texas kind of thing. There's Austin
really?
And there's the rest.
And so the rest is the stereotypical part.
Oh, you drive out a couple hours, you're in Texas.
Interesting.
Like, one street light, Main Street, like Old Road.
Interesting.
Yeah, just drive out a little bit, you'll see that.
Yeah.
But no, don't. You don't want to. No, but it's gotten to a point. I mean, you've seen, you probably heard. It's probably. I mean, it's happening all over the country. This place used to be the hood.
What?
Yeah, this is all new shit.
I mean, because you got to see this neighborhood. This is just like the suburbs. It's beautiful out here.
Yeah, but there was nothing here. Like, if you told people back in the day, hey, you live in Pflugerville, you'd be like, God damn, that's far.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you're in the country almost.
Yeah.
But now it's like, Austin is more like, Waco, Georgetown, Round Rock, Pflugerville, Hutto, Austin, Buda, Cal, San Marcos, San Antonio. It's like that whole corridor.
Yeah.
That's what it's like now. So, of course, people want to come here and people want to move here because it's the best place to live, yada, yada, yada.
Until they all start moving here, and then somehow the quality of life diminishes.
Yeah, because people come here and they go, oh, wait, so where's the music? Where's the thing that Austin's known for? Like, it's gone.
Oh, yeah. No, that's gone because those people can't afford it anymore.
Yes, that's what happened.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I'm not one of those, don't come to Austin. Don't Dallas my Austin. Yeah. People were saying, don't LA my Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the way you say it. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. I go, man. You go, yeah. But it was gonna happen no matter what. It's one of those things. So either embrace it or get the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's really that simple.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. But tell us a little bit about the movie before we move on to our main topic.
So for When You Get Lost is, I guess you could say, a coming of middle age story. It's about a woman who is in the middle of her life, who's kind of had this arrested development in terms of being a grown up, which I relate to, and she had this very turbulent relationship with her father growing up, and so he's very ill, and she wants to go to Washington so that he can finally apologize. And once he apologizes, everything's going to be fine. Life will be good once he apologizes. Then she gives herself permission to grow up and all of that. But of course, that's not how life works. And so the role I play in that is of her father's second wife. And
white father?
Yes.
Ooh, very progressive.
Oh, yes, exactly. I was thinking the same thing.
I got to be in this.
Exactly. I have these two white ladies who are maybe 10, 15 years younger than me, and they're playing my stepdaughters. And then I had my biracial daughter who was supposed to be in college. And I was like, I like this. This is what life looks like. And so he just was a different man. The idea is that he was a very different man when he married me. And so our daughter is a very different one of the sisters. These guys are traumatized. This one, who's so much younger, has no idea what they're talking about. And so that tension that happens.
So she goes on a road trip to...
Yeah, she goes from Los Angeles because her dad insists that she come up. And she's too broke to fly, but she doesn't want to tell her dad that. And so she decides to drive and picks up her sister, who they've been estranged for like a significant amount of time, like 7 years. And so it's about them bonding. It's about everyone kind of coming to grips with our parents, are human beings that make mistakes, and life doesn't always end the way you want it to. Sometimes you got to go with what's happening, and it'll actually turn out better when you just are present to the moment. Blah, blah, blah. New age, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I was like, can I say that? Is your movie? Look, I saw the trailer, and it is the kind of like a lot of hugs, like that kind of stuff.
A lot of tears. The audience really. Yeah, so many people came up to me and was just like, it was so emotional for me. And I see that. I mean, I can see that I just have such a different, my character had a different experience with it. I had a different experience with it, just because if there's any one thing that I'd learned from like the death of my own mother, when it gets to that point where they're in the hospital and health is declining quickly, you almost don't have a chance to just sit and be sad or be scared or whatever's going on, because at that point it's a business. You're dealing with the insurance, you're dealing with the hospital, you're dealing with what are the future plans, what are the present plans, and all of this stuff. And then when she passed away, then that's the other part of the business. Okay, well, now we have to plan a funeral. We have to let people know. And so you just kind of develop this real focused vision during that time where you're just moving from event to event. And then after it's all over, then you suddenly realize, you know, the amount of loss that you've suffered.
It is heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing that I think everybody fears is like, the day that, you know, your parents go.
Yeah.
And you're never, even if your parent is sick and you're like, oh, it's going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
You can never be prepared for
It
something.
always
like that.
shocks.
It's always like, oh man, if only da 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 da, or
Yeah.
and then you start thinking about, oh, was I actually the best version of a son or daughter that my parents hoped me to be,
Right.
hope for me to be.
I thought about that a lot.
Did you all those times when you didn't pick up the phone, or you haven't talked to them in a week, or a couple weeks, or you're like, you have no idea what's going on in their lives, even, and you live like, miles apart.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, Thanksgiving, I couldn't make it that one year.
Right.
Christmas, I had you get so caught up in your shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, they're over there, they're gonna be all right.
They're fine.
Exactly.
Retirement, income's good.
Yep. And
so it's okay that I'm 45 and they're paying my cell phone bill and insurance. That just makes sense.
Exactly. And then boom. And
yeah.
Like, fuck, now I gotta scramble. I gotta do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I gotta pull myself together. And that was really a powerful moment, because what the situation was is my mother had a stroke. And she lived through the stroke and everything, but she had to go from like the urgent care part in the hospital to the rehabilitation part, and that was a different hospital. So my brother and I had come home to help my dad and just make sure he was supported as we made this move to another hospital and figured out what was going to happen, because she was supposed to come home like within 2 weeks. And then I was going to come back from Los Angeles because I grew up in Utah. And so I was going to go back to Utah to help. And my brother said the same thing. I'll be back in a couple of weeks. And so he left on a Monday, and Tuesday she passed away. Yeah, it was rough. But that is still one of the great blessings of life, is that I still was there. Like, I still happened to be there so that my dad and I could immediately start doing what we needed to do, as opposed to, me being back in Los Angeles and then trying to get back to him as quickly as I could. So that was a powerful blessing.
Man, I am dreading the shit out of this.
Yeah.
I really am. My dad is like, when it comes to, he's big on legacy.
Yeah.
So he builds a lot. He's, he retired a few years ago, 40 years at IBM. The reason why we came here.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, moved all the way up, VP sales.
Get
Africa,
down. Nice.
Like he's on that level.
Yeah.
Right. And then it's like, oh, I want to build legacy. So I'm going to, buy property.
Yeah.
And he started a freaking school.
Man.
I'm not. It's not a flex. It's not a flex.
That's just so giving and open-hearted.
No, it's like, I'm gonna start a school. I'm like, what do you mean you're gonna start a school? Well, there's all these kids in the neighborhood I grew up in Africa that they don't go to school. So I'm gonna grab like 30, 40 kids, and I'm gonna, basically tear down our grandma's house, and build a building on top, and at the top of it is a freaking school.
Wow.
And then he goes, I'm gonna build a village for homeless kids now. I'm like, Dad, I now have to keep up with all this shit.
I was about to say,
you understand? Like,
what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. You doing with podcasts?
That's a contribution, I suppose.
Yeah, really. Like this is. I'm building a future here, and you're out here talking to strangers. Like, yeah, thanks, Dad.
That's very nice.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I have a legacy. It is on Spotify.
Exactly.
My
You
legacy-
can get my legacy wherever you get podcasts.
Yes. So when I go away, you'll be able to listen to my voice for hopefully more than 301 episodes. But yeah, he's all about that shit. And then
Wow.
it's big. I don't know if it's the same in the African American culture, but in the African culture, whoever's the first son is the one supposed to, like, when the dad goes away, everybody looks at the first son and go, all right, you got everything sorted out, right? Like everybody's
Right.
looking to you.
Yeah.
Is that the same in our?
Not so much. I think that black men and their children have that sense of you're going to carry on. But I think just because of the history of Black America, it's always the idea that you're going to do more than I did. It's not
Sure.
even a matter of maintaining this. It's a matter of create whole new worlds for yourself.
Right.
And so there's not that sense of legacy and continuation as much as there's that sense of make it all bigger. Make yourself even more present and known in this country. Create your legacy.
Oh.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
a
we don't
lot
have a
of.
choice.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure, I tell you that.
Yeah.
It really is.
From what I understand, like Japan, China have that really strong
All the
sense of-
traditional cultures
yeah,
like that.
like it's automatic you're going to take care of your parents. It's automatic that you're going to carry on a legacy. Here, it's
Like
you
you
know.
got a one last name, and that last name better like stand the test of time. Kind of
Yeah.
thing. That's
Oh, yeah.
really like, oh, it's the family, it's the, nobody says, oh, the Andersons, or the Johnsons.
Right.
It's like, no, like you're bigger. There's something bigger here than just you.
That's right.
Like you can't.
Yeah.
It's some Game of Thrones shit.
Yeah.
It's really, it's like the dynasty of the Job and the Zumanigi, and like it's like, no, you have to maintain that because you play a role in the community,
Right.
and if someone drops the ball, you don't want that kind of smoke from everybody else. Go, oh well, his dad did all this stuff, but the son's a fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want
Yeah, you don't want that. That sounds bad.
that. So when does the movie come out? Is it gonna be?
It's going through the festival circuit, so it's going to be hopefully in more festivals, or it would be so great if some big distribution company saw it this weekend and say, "Stop the festivals! You're coming with us. Here's $100 million on
I'm Netflix.
Netflix."
Well, is it like that? Is it like they're shopping for?
Yeah, they're looking for. And that's the process. When you're in one of these bigger festivals, that's what you're trying to do. You're either trying to represent your work and say, "This is what I have," or if you have a movie like ours where it's a solid movie. Because a lot of times film festivals you can see the rough edges, you can see the talent, but the movie itself still is
Like,
having
give
its
an example.
issues.
You can shit on any movie.
I will go ahead and shit on. Well, to a certain degree, when you look at, I'm jumping in the Wayback Machine here, but Clerks.
Oh
Kevin
yeah,
Smith's
Kevin
first
Smith.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was clever and everything, but at the time, his philosophy was just put the camera on a tripod and just shoot whatever's in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
There was some cuts, of course, and everything like that, but the talent was there, and it could be seen. And so it was another time in terms of independent movies, though. That's another thing, is that independent movies were really celebrated at the time Kevin Smith came up. But yeah, it was rough around the edges. Now you look at that compared to his latest, like Jay and Silent Bob movie, and the production value is much higher. There's so much more money in it. There's so many more names in it. And so a film festival, Clerks was perfect for a film festival. I'm impressed that it made it all the way to theaters. Again, a different time. And then you have other movies where the production value is solid. The sound is solid. Like all the things that you need are solid. And so they have a better chance of going to theaters, or streaming is a bit of a ghetto right now. But still, the ultimate, I think, in my mind, is still going to theaters, because this is one of the reasons that the actors are on strike, is because streaming keeps trying to say, no, we don't. We're just not making any money.
So how did you live through that?
Not well.
That was a dumb question. No, but I mean, like, were you out in LA when that was going on?
Yeah, it's still happening. And so whenever I don't have money, I deliver groceries for Instacart. And so there was a whole lot of grocery delivering. I mean, and I'm real targeted with my grocery delivery. I'm not just delivering from Costco or any old foolishness like that. It's the expensive grocery stores, right?
Yeah.
Where like Wagyu was $300 a pound. Those are the stores I deliver for. Up into Bel Air and Beverly Hills. You're going to give me some money. See ya.
So what's going on now? Because it's kind of, I mean, the strike lasted what, 3 months, 4 months?
The strike is currently...
We're still going.
It's still going for actors, for the writers. It lasted something like 120 days, maybe more. So we're closing in on that.
Wait, so if it's still happening, how come the talk shows are back on now?
Because of the writers.
What? So they reached a deal with the writers?
They reached a deal with the writers, and so the writers are back to work.
Uh-huh.
We're still working on a deal with the actors. Now, there are a lot of productions, like the production I'm in, signed an interim agreement, meaning they signed the agreement that SAG wants the studios to sign. And so now I can talk about the movie, I can advertise it all I want. Because, in fact, SAG kind of wants that, wants to prove that you can make a movie with the terms that we're asking for. And because the studios keep saying, it's impossible to make a movie like that. And so lots of movies have signed the interim agreement. And so they'll be able to talk about them. They'll be able to get them made, all that stuff. It'll be hard to sell them because it still has to go to a studio. But, you know.
Wait, so they have they reached an agreement with the actors?
No.
So the whole thing about AI and using the likeliness, that's still
up in the air. Yeah.
How does I don't get it. Like it sounds like a no-brainer, really. Like,
doesn't it?
No, look, I'm not an actor.
Yeah.
It's like, how greedy are you?
Oh, golly.
No,
That's what I keep saying. It's
yeah, like how much like do you need? Because you wouldn't like. It's your face.
Yeah, I mean. This is what I have. You don't want to pay for stuff that people make. You don't want to pay for stuff that people consume, meaning don't want to pay people to make your cars. Don't want to pay people to deliver your groceries. Anyone who uses their hands, screw them. They were just too dumb to not be us. That's really the vibe I'm getting. And so it seems to be creeping up level by level. It started with like, again, people who work with their hands, people who are doing manual labor or hard physical jobs. Okay, we don't respect them anymore. So screw them. They get $15 an hour. And now it's creeping up to not the top level actors. Nobody's trying to, steal Dwayne Johnson's face. They'll pay for that.
Yeah.
But
he'll make sure.
Exactly. He'll make sure his face is
he'll
paid
come
for.
to your door and fuck it.
Exactly. I would like my $500 million now.
Yeah.
And so it's as with so much in America, it's the working class actor that all of this affects.
Right.
Because it's like your face isn't so special, but it's special enough that we want it forever. So we can put it in whatever we want to put it in.
But even with actors who are like getting up there, like when they do, I saw that Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah,
this piece of shit. I'm sorry. I'm tired. It's like, how many times you gonna say I'm too old for this shit,
and then show up again?
It's the I'm too old for this shit movie. And it's over and over again, and then they do the de-age thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you get to live. Once you're gone, they have it.
Oh yeah.
And they can be like, oh, we'll do teen Indiana Jones. So we'll use
exactly. Yeah, and then there'll be a ghost Indiana Jones because we still have his likeness, and then we'll reboot it. That's right. That's right.
That's all it is.
It's just money. It's just money, and we all have to kind of think about that because I consider all kinds of art. It's such an all of us kind of thing. I mean, the money makes it seem like us versus them, but storytelling, playing music, the final component is the audience.
Right.
And so we all have to decide what we like and what we want to support and not just be sheep and just say, well, Marvel it is. It's like they're great. They're awesome. We like Marvel for a reason when it first came out.
Right.
Now, you guys, you're just milking that poor cow.
Oh, we had the episode that Doc and I did with no, damn it. Like franchises just keep coming.
Yeah.
One of those things. They like Marvel is just printing money at
yeah,
this point.
exactly.
I mean, it's just like people like I'm not even a comic book. I'm a manga guy.
Yeah.
Japanese shit.
Nice.
But comic book wise, I'm like I don't read them.
Mm-hmm.
But when the new fill in the blank part 3 or whatever is coming out, you're gonna go see it.
Yeah.
You don't even have to be a fan, but it's like,
it's big.
Yeah, it's big, it's flashy shit.
Yeah.
Shit blows up.
Yeah.
And then they got powers. Why not?
There you go.
Why not? It's Saturday, ain't got shit to do. I don't have to think much.
Exactly. I can just like let it pour onto my face.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like, oh, boom, blah, boom, yeah. Da, 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 and then you're done.
And then you're done, and you call yourself having a social life. But
hey, go back to being a human again.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's really one of those things also where there was a point in there. I'll call you when I remember it at about 3 a.m. and so we'll start again.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into our topic.
Yeah.
So this is going to be, we're just talking about Marvel and like stupid movie tropes.
Yes.
And so can you define what a trope is for those who don't know?
A trope is like kind of a shorthand language for things that you see in a movie. So a superhero trope is the idea that there can be only one, that there's the chosen one. That's Superman, that's Neo.
Yeah.
And so you have that there can be only one kind of thing. Or a trope also can be like the girl who nobody found attractive. This is a trope that's falling out of style. But
good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah. So it's these visual cues, because that's really what it is. It's a visual cue and a shorthand language that everyone who watches movies knows.
Right.
But they're overused.
Yes. Like the, walking away and you don't look back and the explosion behind you.
Exactly.
Yeah, like that kind of shit. You like, because everybody knows those things.
Exactly.
But you like, is he still using this? You know what? It gets to a point where they don't even register anymore.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
Like when you have like the sassy black friend.
God damn it with the sassy black friend.
Look, you're the black wife in the movie, so you're not the.
I'm next level stuff, right?
This is you're already up here.
Yeah.
The sassy black friend gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the sassy black friend, or actually guy or girl.
Yeah.
Actually, even the black friend to the black main character, the sassy one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just watched. Oh my god. House Party.
Oh God.
Oh, holy
yeah. Oh,
man.
so much black friend stuff, and so much sass. Whole lot of sass.
Not necessary.
No, we could live without.
No. It's first of all, you're redoing a classic.
Yeah.
House Party.
Yeah.
Right. And Kid and Play. I mean, they're even the bad guys are old in the movie, but it's supposed to be in high school. They're all buff and shit.
Right.
And it's funny. And now you're having this over the top. You saw it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. If you haven't seen it, don't.
Yeah, you're all right.
Or get really, really high first. Get really, really, really high, and then watch it, and you might not even chuckle. Actually,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
so bad. It's so bad, but it's like they try so hard to like want to be funny.
Yeah.
But it's not even. It doesn't connect. It's like that's not how people. It's one thing if the sassy black friend is, oh, this is everyday black folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we snap with all these things, but when it feels forced, where that character by himself is the one who carries the funny.
Yeah.
In the entire project, in the entire movie.
Yeah.
You're like, no, this doesn't exist.
Exactly.
And whoever is like that in real life probably gets punched in the face
all the time. All the time. They're getting a slap every day.
My God.
It's like, God damn it. If you say one more word, I'm going to punch you in the throat. It's that guy. No one wants to be friends with that guy. Or that girl. What I will say on that particular trope about the sassy best friend, what I see from a lot of women, the sassy best friend is also like the sexually free one who is
Oh,
always
yes,
talking
yes.
about the men that she's been with and the random sex that she's had. And it's
Yeah.
like, shut up.
Her clothes are kind of oversized.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
like 3 sizes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then her house is very like what's the word? The
Eclectic.
yes.
Yeah.
It's very like like with bunch of plants and chimes,
Exactly. And chimes and
like
beaded curtains somewhere in the house. Yeah.
Yes, that bitch.
Yeah. That's the one. That's the
Oh
one
my
who's
God.
having like tantric sex. And you're just like, what? Who are you? And have you ever questioned whether maybe you actually do love yourself? Because you're having so much random sex. It's a lot of random sex. Let's talk about ourselves now. What are you getting from that?
And she acts like her life is in order.
Oh, it's
But
like
not.
everything's fine. It's
No,
like
but it's not.
you got problems,
Yes,
sweetheart.
yes,
And we're not addressing them because you keep deflecting with supposed humor. So
Yes, and you're not the main character.
Yeah.
You're supposed to make the white girl feel good about herself.
Yes.
With her
Mhm.
with your
Yes.
shit. It's not your job. Your job is to be there and then act like there's always some spirit around you when you talk.
Exactly. I mean, that's so true. And it's funny because we also rarely get to see that best friend actually get married. And she does. She like marries a small person. She's the one who marries the guy who's 3'2" and she's 6 feet and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, we love each other. And it's not. Now, let me say, there are many 3'2" men who I assume are incredibly attractive and desirable.
Probably.
But in movies, they're talking shit. They're
They got
making
that
fun of
confidence.
you.
Oh, this is good. All right, your turn. What do you got?
All right. In the movies, usually it's in horror movies or thrillers or something like that, where someone sees something. Someone sees something that's so outside of the realm of anything that they've seen before, and they go and tell their friend. And the friend, this person has shown no sign of mental illness, no sign of seeing like things that aren't there. And the friend immediately starts saying, well, maybe you were asleep. I saw a great big demon in my room. And he touched me. That's where I got this scar. Oh, do you think you maybe walked in your sleep? No sign of that at any point in time in life. No, it was a demon. He grabbed me. He dragged me down to hell. I met his parents. That's why all the back of my hair is singed off. Because there was an explosion and I walked away from it. But so there are physical things showing that it happened. And it's like, oh.
Oh, bless your heart.
Oh, golly. Maybe you need some help. And so that, after a while, it's just like, this person has shown no issues with their mental health at any time in their life that we are aware of. And now all of a sudden, they see something that is so outside of the norm. And you just say, you know what? Take a nap.
That's good. Oh, my God. Do you watch a lot of horror movies?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Oh, see, that's one thing I have a hard time.
Really?
I know like October is all horror movies in the box office.
Yeah.
You know, Saw 25, we're gonna be cutting niggas off again.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is the tropiest tropes.
Oh my God, yes.
Between the tropiest tropes to me are horror movies, anything in horror movies, and anything superhero movies.
Yeah.
Because you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. It's a house of tropes.
People gonna die.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna make groups. You're gonna split up. Go down. You groups of two. You go upstairs. We go downstairs.
Right.
We're gonna investigate, and then they die. But it's always the pretty couple that makes it out. Everybody else dies.
Exactly.
It's
If you're
always
homely in a horror movie, write your will.
exactly. And and then there's only two left, and they make two groups of one, and then I guess whatever. But it's so, to me it's so bad that it's borderline comical.
Yeah.
That
it
you
is.
still fall for shit like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I've experienced spirits in my life, but it's not to get it to where, this is the norm. It's one thing if it's like a supernatural world, like universe that you're presenting.
Yeah.
So you expect crazy shit to happen.
Yeah.
But if it's like, oh, I live in the suburbs,
Exactly.
and all of a sudden, like this random dude out of nowhere, like now is the monster and he's killing everybody in the most gruesome ways, and now we have to deal with this to restore the peace.
Exactly.
And whatever heals in Pine Tree
In
Hills.
pine trees.
I mean, this is why. That's why I'm like, it's not. Okay, so why do you love them?
Well, I love a certain kind, like the just straight murdering type stuff. Like Saw just is upsetting for the thing that people like about it, which is what would you do? What would you do if you had to cut into that woman's stomach to get the key to take the thing off your neck, otherwise your head explodes? That whole thing is just like, that's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, not necessary.
I don't need
What
it.
happened to just stab it?
And now we gotta do all that?
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm like,
where are the chainsaws?
I always wanted to see the guts of a person.
Exactly.
I've been to exhibits when they showed the body without the skin and all this stuff.
Those are very cool.
I want to see those.
Yeah,
in
those
real
are
life.
awesome.
That's why they make those movies.
Yeah.
I just don't unless it's like a more psychological kind of thing.
That's what I like.
That's more interesting to me.
Up to a point, because there is a point where it's just like, I think I need therapy. But for the most part, I like haunted dolls. I'm always down for a nice haunted doll. I'm always down for a good
like
exorcism.
Chucky?
Not Chucky, more like Annabelle.
Same thing, isn't it?
Now, Chucky, he's a slasher. Annabelle is a creature from beyond where she is holding the spirit of something, blah, blah, blah.
But it's a doll.
It's a doll.
You throw it in the trash.
You don't throw dolls in the trash. What planet do you live on?
It's possessed. What are you gonna do?
You can't put that in recycling.
I put it. Look, I will cut that doll and put it in my sink and turn on the.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's that simple.
And somehow you're gonna be pulled into the sink and have your arm chewed off. Yep, that's how that goes, man.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
I didn't see
No,
Annabelle, as you can tell.
Yeah, no, you can't just get rid of them. You gotta get rid of them right. Nobody has, obviously. That's why there are sequels. But still, yeah, you can't just have some doll lying around and saying, fuck off, doll. Put him in the trash. Then you're going to curse the trash man. How you feel about that? See? And then you probably curse the whole city because it'll go to the landfill. It's all fucked up after that.
Oh,
No.
wow. I didn't think it.
Yeah, no.
You thought it through.
Exactly. No, you got to think it through to the end, buddy. Yeah.
It is. So Annabelle is she's possessed by something?
Yeah.
But it's the
some
walking doll and it
evil.
talks?
No, that's what's scary about Annabelle. See, Chucky walking and talking.
Shit.
For me,
Talking
it's just
mad
like,
shit.
exactly, why don't you just kick the shit out of him? Like, really get a running start and boot his head off.
Uh-huh.
But Annabelle, she just sits and she watches, and then she possesses some child. Yeah. That's the difference.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But-
And exorcisms. I love exorcisms. Like, I love exorcisms.
Do you like that first one?
The Exorcist?
Yeah.
Loved it. And it's not because of the vomit and the
The
poop
head
and all
turning
that.
and
Yeah.
the cursing out your mother.
Yeah, for some reason that I'm indifferent to. It's the world building that I'm always so fascinated by. Like, I'm so fascinated by these mythologies within the Catholic religion. And I guess a lot of people wouldn't call them mythologies, but this idea, which leads me to my next trope, actually.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
This idea that God somehow put in the world a book or an object that would dispel all the evil, and it becomes a race as to who finds it first, the evil or the hero. And I've always wondered why. The most classic examples, like Jason and the Argonauts, he had to go get a golden fleece.
Argonauts, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And so I always wonder why would you make that?
Like
Why-
there's that one artifact that
Yeah, that
either
will destroy
everything.
Exactly, or
It's
send
Indiana
them back
Jones
to
is the
hell.
same thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The one thing that would just change the very nature of existence. And one person can find it, and they have to go through a bunch of shit to get to it. And it's like, why even create something like that? How about we just put that book on Mars? Or we just keep it with us if we're evil, like we just create a pocket or a purse of some sort.
And there's only like a handful of people who know about it.
Always.
Everybody's just like, but these guys, there's this thing.
There's this thing.
Indiana Jones, it was the dial of whatever.
Yeah.
It was like that, like we'll travel through time and all that. And I'm like, why?
Yeah. To do what? I mean, I was touched, I have to admit. I do have to admit, Indiana Jones, where the dude went back in time and he was like talking to, I can't remember, Pythagoras or something like that. And I was like, that's beautiful. That's what I would do.
I'm going to stay here.
I'm going to stay.
Shut up.
Get up.
And then blank screen, he's back in his office.
Yeah. I don't know why he didn't leave him there if he wants it like all that, other than the fact that he would probably change everything and time would be screwed up.
See,
I don't know how
this the part. So when they go on these journeys to find whatever artifact. Oh, what's the one, the Nicolas Cage one? Is National Treasure?
National Treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like they go on this thing and then they're like, oh, they go into this museum that everybody knows. But there's like a door that you have to know about.
Exactly. All these puzzles.
Yeah. And you got and then one moment they're somewhere in Istanbul, and then 5 minutes later they're somewhere in fucking Mumbai, and you're like,
who's paying for that?
Yes. How do you get
Who's
that
paying
quick?
for that? Exactly. You just have some sort of black or platinum credit card where you can just like blah blah blah, and then
they show the globe and they show the plane sometimes.
exactly going across.
That plane is on Southwest Airlines. That thing
Exactly.
where you see your plane. This is where you at. You over the ocean, and you just go. See shit like that. I think is funny.
Yeah,
It's
it is
funny.
funny. Yeah. What was another one that was like, oh, the one that got so big, the sequel was Angels and Demons, the Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code, yeah.
All of these, you have to do all of these amazing things. You have to solve all of these puzzles. You have to go into these tombs where, stuff comes out of the walls and stabs you and everything like that. And it's like, what God would create this device and then give it to men to hide somewhere and say, don't let the demon find it. And then encourage the demon to go down there and look.
And the guy's always one step ahead, but the bad guy is right behind.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, thanks for solving all the shit for us.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
Exactly.
that part.
And then the good guy gets knocked out and then he wakes up. That's another thing that we haven't seen.
What?
You can only be knocked out so many times before you have trauma. And so I'm sure by the end of National Treasure, Nicolas Cage had trouble saying his own name.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. All right. My next one. Oh, I had a bunch. Hold on. Okay. The dude who has like a mindless job.
Yeah.
He's the regular dude.
Yeah.
But come to find out, the man got skills.
Exactly.
The dude is like Navy SEAL to every Jason Statham movie.
Yes.
There's a new one coming out. It's a beekeeper. You see that shit?
A beekeeper who's ripped.
Yeah, he's like in the trailer. He walks up and the two security guards, and he's just like carrying some case, and the guy goes, "Oh, you got to drop your thing, or you can't get in there." It's like, we're gonna count to 3, and Jason counts.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck you gonna do? Like, you're a beekeeper? No, I know some shit.
Exactly. Turns out I have
Yes.
special forces.
Yeah, like I can pinch your nipple and you pass out for 2 days.
Exactly.
Like, this is what I can do.
I learned that.
What's the other guy? Taken.
Yeah. Oh gosh, Liam Neeson. Good lord. He just happens to know Denzel Washington in The Equalizer. He knows shit. I mean, no, he's really good though.
Yeah, he is. It's Denzel. Though.
Yeah,
we'll
exactly.
let that one.
We're gonna
pass.
let that one go
Yeah,
because he makes it real every time.
Yeah, Denzel, you're the only one who can pull this off. Everybody else is like,
come on.
oh, I'm a cab driver. Yeah, but I kick some ass on the weekends.
I know. See, that's the thing. It's like that workout process because Mr. Cab Driver, you are ripped. You are like 2 hours in the gym ripped. And then you have this, shit apartment at the top of a 3-story walk up or something like that. But what gym are you going to? How can you afford all of the like powders and shakes that you need to maintain that body? Why is it that you don't have more women around you? Why is it that nobody likes you?
Yes.
Why are you such a loner with the body? Because that body is a show body. That's not a work body. That's a show body.
Yeah, and you live in a loft.
Yeah.
In New York City, where to get there you have to take the big elevator.
Always with the
Yeah.
He's either lives like complete shit,
Yes.
or he lives in some place where it's like, come on.
Yes.
Come on, beekeeper money.
Yeah.
I see.
And he got that one closet where all the gear is.
Yeah.
That he hasn't used in like okay, I got my secret closet, and that's where I put my weapons, my gloves, my
Exactly.
knives. Like he has a drawer full of grenades. Like this is where.
And I always wondered, did he have to kill the construction guy who built that secret thing? Was he like, you did a great job. Here, have some Kool-Aid. And he buried him like under the whole thing and pays tribute to him once a year.
And then he has the the one friend like who's still in the police force.
Yeah.
Or he's like a commander or something. Like, all right, I'm gonna have to call this fool.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, only like we go way back. Like, Rambo. Fucking Rambo.
There are so many people in the armed forces, sir. You had to call the retired psychopath.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Nope,
That says something about you.
Nobody calls the homeless vet.
Excuse me. Wake up, sir. Your country needs you.
The Russians are coming. Remember that?
Come on. Stop talking. There's nothing there. Just come on.
Stop talking to the tree.
Exactly. We need you.
We have to unleash all the training you've had in your past life. Remember that time?
Remember
the night, the horrors you get and your nightmares you get? Yeah. We need those back.
We're going to need all of that back.
all of that back.
The
please.
thing that makes you scream throughout the night with night terrors, we're going to need all of that special knowledge.
The country needs you.
Yeah.
Okay, and you've been there.
You know the train.
You know how it goes. The Russians are coming.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's exactly
Really?
it.
Nazis are back. What?
What?
Yes.
Well, give me a shower and I'm on my way.
I'm going to need a haircut, though, because I haven't had one.
Exactly. I might have a little lice problem.
Yes. And then they're just like, spiff him up with a suit with
Exactly. Get him into, treatment because he's on crack. And it's like, once we get through the crack addiction, sir, we're giving you a gun. We're heading on over.
I want to see that movie.
Wouldn't that be a good movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, the real, we need you back. And the guy's like, oh, fucked up.
And the casting would be easy as hell, too.
Really?
Grab anybody on Skid Row and be like, hey, come here.
Oh, my God. There'd be like 40 sequels out of that just to include all of the people.
Oh, milk it.
Oh, God, yes. Yes.
Take every war. Just fucking.
You're going back.
Like, the Germans are back. What is it? Oh, Vietnam is back. Yeah.
What?
Oh my God!
Every time I leave, they pull me back in.
Yeah.
60 years later.
Yeah, like I retired. I don't do this no more. I have a family. I have a life. I got No, man.
Gotta go back.
Fuck all that.
Yeah, you're the only one. We trained one guy. And I feel like I should have told you before we trained you. But yeah, we're gonna need you the whole time. We got one, and then when you die, we'll get another one. But until then, you're on.
We called everybody else. It comes down to you, John.
Everybody else said no, so we're at the point where you can't.
Come on, is that or your family dies? How's that?
Exactly.
How about that?
Exactly. We called Doug, and he's
fucking Doug.
He's on his way to Tahiti with his family. It's his 20th anniversary. He just sounded so excited. We can't have him go. That seems wrong.
Because Doug's a douche. We can't have a douche.
We can't have a douche go.
No, we need somebody serious. And John, you're the man.
Yeah.
You're the man for the job.
And we've been tracking your workouts. You're still in good shape, buddy. Doug, he must have gained, 20 pounds? He's a roly-poly former soldier. We need one who still looks like a soldier. And you don't lie to me. You go out there and shoot that gun so that you can keep up your training. For what reason?
Yes. When you tell your wife you're going to see your boys, you know what you do. You're going to the gun range.
You're going to the gun range.
You're going to the gun range.
Or you're going out in the woods and rolling through the mud and stuff.
Yep. You're keeping up. You're 60 years old, but you still got it.
Yeah.
You did not want to let that go. That part of your life is still within you, and the country needs it. And you ain't got a choice. Oh, we got no movie.
Exactly.
That's really what it comes down to.
That's exactly
I'm tired. Look, I want to see one with a homeless.
Exactly.
So one moment he's holding a sign. The next he's got a suit on. He got his guns. He got everything. He's going in, guns blazing.
Exactly. A little bit of a twitch, but.
Like he sneaks into the mansion when the bad guy is.
Yeah.
He retrieves the artifact. And then on the way out, it's a shootout. And then he jumps. And then into the water, and escapes with scuba dive.
But he does have a handful of shit he got from the refrigerator because you never know when shit's gonna change again. Yes. So I had to get some Triscuits. I had a little bit of Velveeta because that shit lasts. You're welcome, America.
Oh, that fucker. He's everywhere. It's annoying. It's not annoying. It's like, so when you Google tropes, the first things that come up are like, Here's some tropes. How to avoid them.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
do something else.
Yeah.
Like, Hollywood is running out of ideas. I talked about that a lot with Doc. And
Yeah.
it's like, come on. Everything's based on the book. Everything's based on, it's a remake of this. It's a remake of that. Oh, it's a reboot. We're going to, bring back fucking Indiana Jones. Just why?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, just be creative with some of this stuff.
It's really okay. Part of the reason that they do this, I'm sure Doc talked about it, is, and I'm sure you get this with singers too, these studios now want a built-in audience so that they don't have to convince new people. They just want to keep catering to the same audience who will spend the money and bring a date. And so that's a big part of the problem, is that studios have always been dicks and assholes.
Sure.
This is a thing. But there was a time when there was a desire to really just do a good movie, or even do a bad movie, because you just had to burn off some money for that fiscal quarter.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a desire to just make something that people would like. Now there's just, it's almost like they keep trying to hit that same place that always wants sugar and salt. It's always at that pleasure center, always at that place where it's just like, I know this tastes good to me. It's not really good for me because I can feel my thoughts like seeping out of my head, but it's a place that I know. And film is meant to challenge people. It's meant to show people another part of life. And now it's so escapist now that it just has become the McDonald's of entertainment.
Yeah, it's kind of in a way, it's kind of a chicken and the egg kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we'll give people what they want. I know your job is to give people what you want so they like it.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's across industries. Music's this way. It's like, oh, well, people want to hear people, female rappers talk about fucking and booty hole brown and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's because that's what you think, but you should be the tastemaker. You should be like,
Yeah.
yo, this is dope. Check this out. This is dope. Check this out. We
Yeah.
think that there's a reason we can argue this logically why this movie is a great movie.
Yeah.
And we believe that you're gonna like it if you have a soul.
Yeah.
Like, it's really what that is.
Yeah.
Instead of, oh yeah, make another one of these superhero shit and then
And burn all of the studio's money up in that, so that you
Yeah.
just don't have any money to make a $20 million movie, a $50 million movie. There's like a whole just class of movies that disappeared because the studios are like, we'll either give you $1, send you over to Hulu, or we'll give you $250 million. And you need to make that back the first weekend.
shit.
And so it just has become so perilous. That's why those things are so expensive and so much money is blown on them, which is another chicken and the egg thing. You spend all of this money so that you can make the money back, so that you can spend more money so that you can make the money back.
Right.
And in the meantime, someone at the top level is getting super rich. Oh, that's what I meant to tell you. I don't have to call you at 3 a.m. now.
Oh, go ahead.
On Marvel movies, we're talking about kind of the uber capitalist at the top. On those Marvel movies, they don't want to pay the people doing the special effects right, like doing all of the computer effects. And so they put them on really tight deadlines, and they just kind of have to change because a studio says change at the turn of a dime. And so they'll be working it one direction, and then an executive says, nah, I don't like that. And they'll have to reprogram everything, and they have to take these wages where it's just like, this does not match my talent or the time I put in. Like, people don't see their families for weeks and weeks when they work on a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
And so,
I mean,
again,
they're trying, like, they set the bar.
yeah.
I have a friend, shout out to Obi, he's been on the podcast. He worked in visual effects. He worked on Hypnotic, he worked on Alita, Battle Angel.
Nice.
Fear the Walking Dead, like a lot of, but when you think Marvel, like the whole movie takes place in the warehouse. Like they don't go outside.
Yeah,
So,
there's no outdoors. There's no ocean in Avatar.
No, exactly. And you're like, the amount of work that it takes to create this world.
Yeah.
And I always thought that because they're in this thing where they do the post-credit scene, that now you have to sit through all the credits, and it's long.
Oh God, it's long.
It is long. You're like, all these people right here. If it weren't for this guy, like, you wouldn't have, Thor's fucking hammer, it wouldn't look the way it looks.
Right. Like there's one person assigned to Thor's
exactly.
hammer.
Yeah, one dude that's his job to make Thor's hammer look that way
Yeah.
throughout the whole movie. And there's such a because you only see the end product. You don't get the appreciation of somebody was holding the freaking
the boom.
The boom mic.
Yeah.
And people forget that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I mean, it is a rough. When he tells me about it, I'm like, yo, I don't know how you do this.
There are times where I don't know either. It really is one of those things where even as long as we've been making movies, it's a very labor-intensive job. It needs people. Now, who it needs is shifting. It went from having, excuse me, all these grips and people holding the mic and the assistants and all of that stuff, like just layers and layers of people. So now you have all of those layers going toward technicians of some sort, IT people. But it's still like when you're on a set, there's just no getting around the fact that actors have to be there present if you want to make it a good movie. Otherwise, why not just make a cartoon if you don't want to use real actors? And there are so many people who make money off of a movie. There are so many people whose livelihoods depend on this movie. So on one hand, it's great. So many people are employed by doing a Marvel movie. But at the same time, I always have to ask, what did they have to sacrifice for this executive to get $100 million bonus? Because that money had to come from somewhere, and it can't all have come from audiences, can it?
No.
It has to be, somebody has to take some kind of cut. And it always is going to be the lower level. It's never going to be, well, Chris Hemsworth. Really want to give makeup a raise so that they're making $30 an hour versus $12. So we're going to cut your salary by $3 million. That's not going to happen. His agents would lose their minds.
Yeah, I mean, this is that caliber of actor is like, look, I come in, I do my job, I get the fuck out. On to the next project. And I'm going to get another project.
Yeah.
You might not.
That's right.
You're a key grip. You're a caterer.
Yeah.
You're the driver.
Best of luck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll see you on another set. If I see you, maybe I'll say hi. But otherwise, because they want to make it look like, oh, yeah, we wrap up. Everybody, good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
We all became friends.
Yeah. I haven't seen my family in 6 months. How you like them apples?
Yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, you go back home, you fly out back to your house, and then you come on set, all right, cool, what's my line? All right, cool, I got this.
Yeah.
And then go home.
Yeah. When it comes to, because I've done budgets for much smaller movies, like shorts and everything that I've produced, I'm familiar with what a budget is supposed to be and where you have to allocate money. And it's so interesting. In short films, you don't worry about an actor budget because you're probably not paying them. But in those bigger films where there is so much money at the top, there's the budget cuts, the things that have to be sacrificed always come below that. It's like, if you could just not pay, I think The Rock is making something like $250 million on his next movie. If you could pull $50 million out of that and put it over here, you would be shocked at how much more excited everybody would be, probably how much more authentic and good looking the movie could be. You're paying all of that because he's a great name and he's going to sell your movie. But wow, what you sacrifice for the people who are actually going to make the movie and put it together. That's me, though. I'm slowly turning into some sort of communist. It just is absurd. I'm so eat the rich these days.
I mean, it's the thing is, it was built like this from its inception.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I got money. I have an idea for a movie. I'm gonna do it so I can make more money. Yeah. And I don't care who I need to step on to make this shit work.
That's right.
And hopefully I'll get to do it again and again and again. You'll never see my face though.
Exactly.
But the checks are coming. Checks
That's
are coming.
exactly it. My hands are all over this. That's the problem with America in many ways. The hands that are all over things are people that we haven't even considered, that we know nothing about.
Yeah.
But they have so much influence because they have the cash money. So yeah.
I'm surprised they don't strike more often.
There was a time where people struck all the time, and then everybody kind of in the 80s, 90s,
Uh-huh.
there seemed to be paths for people to better their lives. But then when Ronald Reagan did all of this deregulation and everything,
Oh yeah.
the money just started moving towards the top, and little things would be taken away, so that by the time we get to this moment, we realize we have lost so much over the last 30 years.
Yeah,
so much.
just to be able to catch up to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, 40 years of just like, disparity in money.
Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Now we're at the point where it needs a societal change, which is what we're fighting against now, or some are fighting against. I'm all for it. But now we need that kind of change because the problem has just become unfixable at the level of the problem. You can't do little tweaks now. It really has to be reinvented.
But do you think it's from the top down? Because that's not going to happen. It's going to be from the ground up.
Yeah.
Like any revolution, like any
Yeah.
I was about to say crowdsource, but
Modern.
no.
Yeah.
Grassroots.
Grassroots.
Yes.
No, I think you're right. I mean, that's how all revolutions really happen. It can't be a top down, because the top down is always, they're trying to secure what they have.
Right.
They're trying to make the wall so bulletproof.
Mm-hmm.
I realized, as I'm delivering groceries and all of this stuff, that there is a whole industry I have no idea about in terms of wealth. Like, there is a whole other world operating that caters to the wealthy, and that's all they do. And I just was like, I was annoyed when I discovered that. It's like, you probably have whole...
Slaves.
Yes! You probably have whole slaves!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like when you... It's that Chris Rock joke. There's rich people and there's wealthy people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rich people, what do you say? Rick James is rich.
Yeah.
He was rich, but one bad coke habit and everything goes away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But wealthy people are the motherfuckers you don't hear about.
Yeah.
Who like live in these spheres that are like unattainable.
Yeah.
It's like that movie, what's that Matt Damon movie where everybody lives on Earth, but the rich people live in space?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Elysium?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Like there's the whole other universe out there
where
these guys get together, they sacrifice lambs or something.
Yeah.
And, they have slaves and they get hookers, they live on yachts.
Yeah.
And they go grocery shopping on yachts.
They've already talked to the aliens. I know they have. I know rich people already have arrangements with the aliens.
Now, where's that movie? Oh, Elysium's one of them.
It's one of them, but still, they're talking to the aliens every day. They're like have alien best friends, sons of bitches.
Like they own colors.
Yeah, exactly.
They own think about the guys who are like every screw.
Yeah,
that's ever been built. That guy owns
that guy.
The patent on how his crew works.
Exactly.
Oh, a zipper.
Oh yeah.
A zipper.
Yeah.
Like the mechanism of a zipper is owned by some dude, and that's all he did his entire life.
Yep.
Now he's just fucking.
Oh, exactly. He uses the money just to start a fire.
How'd you make your money? See that zipper in your pants right there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Multiply that by fucking billions and billions.
Exactly.
That's how I live. And that's how my grandkids are gonna be okay.
Oh yeah. Even when this planet is gone and we've all moved to Mars, because that's what the rich people are all planning, they'll be okay.
Oh my God, it's fucked.
It is. Well put, sir. Well put. We need to put that on some sort of tapestry.
Do you have more tropes?
I have one more trope.
All right, let's do this.
All right. My last trope is meaningful. Oh no, this is a better trope. Action scenes. People running. They almost hit a baby. Like ancient cities are being all fucked up because cars are slamming into walls and all of that stuff. Where is the lawyer? Where is the city saying, God damn it, who's going to pay for this? Where are the lawsuits? That's what I want to see. Like, okay, Jason Bourne's come through town, fucked up all your shit, and yet saved the world somehow.
Where's the
Who's
insurance?
going to walk up?
Where's the insurance?
Where's the insurance, Mr. Bourne?
Yeah. Now, okay, any Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah.
They wrecked the shit out of a city.
Yeah.
And then they go on to the next
And
one.
then they just go on to the next
They
scene.
go to the next one. We're in Rome today. Cool. What are we doing? We're going to the Colosseum.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna race on that.
Yeah, we're going to fuck
Yeah,
that
we're gonna
up.
fuck that up.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a giant ball, and it's always like nobody dies.
Yeah.
Like anybody crossing the street, like it's one thing if there's a big car chase,
Yeah.
right, and all the parked cars are getting fucked up, flying in the air, but people just happen to dodge
Exactly.
at the right time. Like my dog, I'm gonna
run
take
out
my
of the
dog.
way.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like nobody gets crushed,
No.
nobody gets rolled over.
No.
Nobody gets like, oh yeah, the street light just fell on my head.
Yeah. None of
You
that.
never see that.
Mm-mm.
They always run and like.
And can you imagine being that person? Like, how twitchy would you be after that? Where it was just like,
I
was just walking down the street, and suddenly I was in the middle of all these cars racing on either side of me, and I felt the wind blow. And now, whenever I feel the wind blow, I get a panic attack, and now I can't go outside because I'm afraid of the wind. That's what happens.
Yes. Okay. We need a movie about all the extras.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, we need a movie with a homeless vet who has special skills.
Yeah.
And we need a movie about the extras who get caught up
Exactly.
in every action sequence. And it's like, I was just walking my dog. And the car just fucking zoomed by. And my dog got scared. And now the dog has PTSD.
You know what?
And who's paying for this?
Who's paying for this PTSD dog?
Yes.
Can you imagine walking out of your house after some giant fucking where they've crashed into all the cars and see your car is the one that's like sitting on its roof? It's like, did anyone leave a note? Who did this?
Yeah. I need a license plate.
Exactly.
I need a driver's license.
I am not going to my insurance company and saying, yes, I have comprehensive, and so I'm not fixing this shit. What's his name? Bourne? Give me his number.
I swear to God. Look, Hollywood, if you're listening, these are like perspectives that nobody's touched.
Exactly.
It's like,
exactly.
make it interesting.
Yeah. There's so many people who witness this and are just like, did you see that fucking shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they live to tell the story. You know,
Exactly.
I was minding my own business. And I feel, you know what? I feel worse when they do it in third world countries.
Yeah.
When they just literally level a whole town.
Yeah. And just walk
And it's
away.
like, yeah. That was my house.
Yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me. Who's paying for this?
My grandfather built this house with his own hands.
Exactly.
And you just blew through it.
Just blew through it.
Yeah. Because you had a tank.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody has a tank in this country but you.
You have a tank and you were mad about something. And my house was here. In fact, I think you were chasing some guy on foot. Why were you chasing a guy on foot with a tank? Why was that necessary? God damn it.
Oh, and it's the when they cross, they go through an intersection
Yeah.
without looking. By the way, they have professional drivers do this, right? This is not. I'm not saying they hire like random ass people to be driving around.
Oh, no. No, they're professional drivers. I don't know how much of that is actually done anymore. A lot of it might just be CGI. But yes, at one point they had. Yeah, there are a lot of stunt drivers who.
Yeah,
do that.
we're gonna drive backwards on the highway. Going the other way.
Exactly.
Going the other way.
You know how hard it is for me to go straight when I'm driving backwards? I'm all over the place. I'm like, and even my parking where they just like slam into a parking space so straight. Every time I park my car, especially when it's parallel parking, I look like I'm running from the police. And that, because it's such a poor job of parking the car, and I just look like I had to stop real fast and slam the door open and try and go hide. And so, yeah, all of that driving backwards. Who does that?
They need to make, welcome to such and such agency. We take care of your insurance.
Exactly.
Welcome to Action Movie Insurance.
Exactly.
We take care of it. What's your deductible? We'll take care of all the damage that you've incurred
That's
in
right.
this chase sequence. we will take care of you.
Oh, your other insurance dropped you? What was the situation? The Coliseum. Yeah.
Yes.
Your deductible is going to be so high with us. I mean, we can do it, but it's going to be so high. You might want to look for something else that just can, doesn't factor the Coliseum destruction in quite as heavily as we do. I'll talk to my boss. I'll see what he thinks, but it just feels like you might want to look elsewhere.
Actually, on that same vein, and this is not just movies, this is TV shows too.
Yeah.
They always find the parking spot right in front of where they're going.
Oh my God, in New York.
Yes.
You never have the hero have to say, shit, keep looking.
There's the garage.
Just go to the garage. $25, fuck you.
It's always, we have to go and visit this parking spot.
Yeah.
It's never handicap either.
It's never handicap.
It should be the handicap spot.
Exactly.
It's literally, you walk down the step, you're going to the courthouse.
Yeah.
You go to the courthouse.
There's parking right
There's parking right in front of the courthouse. No, there's not.
No, there's not.
It's reserved for like maybe cops, something, or handicapped people. But no, you get to get out the car.
You manage.
And you never lock your doors. You never lock your doors. Fuck you.
Exactly.
You never lock. You're in New York City.
Yep.
Broad daylight.
There's that homeless vet standing across the street with special skills going, did that fool not lock his car? That's my house. I'm moving in, dipshit.
Yes, that's right.
Lock your doors.
And guess what? I can start the car.
Exactly. Because I got special skills.
Exactly.
And a twitch. But mostly special skills.
They never get a ticket.
Mm-mm.
They always, what is it? All those TV shows with, whether it's Entourage, Sex in the City, we're going to the brunch, we're going to the restaurant.
Yeah.
They pull up right there. And I'm like, nobody expected you?
No.
Nobody expected you.
There's no reason to think that you should have parking. There's no reason to think, well, speaking as tropes, women walking around New York in high heels like for hours at a hand. It's like, that's some bullshit. When the camera's off, you're putting on tennis shoes. Don't lie to me. But yeah, always with the idea that somehow in these enormous cities, nobody ever has to look for parking. Nobody ever has to pay for parking.
Yeah,
nobody ever has to make that decision where it's like, I can park a quarter mile away, but this machine gun is so heavy. Maybe it's worth it if I pay $15 for 5 minutes. Just go in, blast him. Ugh.
Okay, it makes sense if you're robbing a joint.
It does make sense.
That's the only case where, okay, get the spot, in and out, boom, you're out.
Yeah.
But if you're visiting the place, like there's gonna be at least 20 minutes of screen time.
Is that a spot?
Yeah. Like, you never go back. I gotta go back to the meter.
Standing there with his gun.
He's like, yeah, wait, I'll be right back.
You stay where you are. Do you have some quarters? No, never mind. They take a card. God damn it. Don't move.
They have an app. Hold on
a second. I've got an app. You son of a bitch. I see you. Don't move. What's your Wi-Fi? I don't get a signal in here. Jesus Christ.
This is what I'm talking about. You know how bad parking is. And you know what? I have respect for movies where the actors actually take the bus or take the train, take the subway. Yeah. But when you're driving and you find a spot right in front of where you're going, sorry, I'm pissed off.
Exactly.
Because that never happens to us, folks.
Ever.
Never.
Ever. And if we get it, we're probably getting our car towed because we missed the sign.
Yes.
Yeah.
We didn't read. It was from after 6, you got to pay. You're not checking the thing.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
But you got a guy to kill, and so there are a lot of steps missed. And that's another thing. So when you go to traffic court, trying to fight it.
I was saving the world.
I was saving the world, man.
What the fuck, man? There's an artifact that can kill us all. And
Exactly.
And you're going to give me this fucking ticket?
That's right.
That I have to fight?
This seems unfair.
Meanwhile, the bad guy is like miles away from here.
Yeah. And he parks in like a monthly garage, so he always has a parking space. Is that the world we live in, Your Honor?
Oh, Hollywood. Oh, Hollywood. Oh, you sad monkey.
Oh, it's true.
You fucking one-trick pony.
That's Oh.
And I truly wonder if, man, I'm crying over here. If it's those, all the things we just talked about.
Right.
people see it and they take it for granted.
Yeah.
But I wonder how many people actually think, wait, nobody got to pee?
Exactly. No one pees here.
No, nobody goes to the bathroom.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah, very
Like,
interesting.
no.
Except someone who's about to be shot because they're stupid.
Yeah.
And then they have to stop. And it's like, I gotta pee right now. And it's like, but we're being chased. No, I gotta pee. And blam.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's little things like that. It's assumed.
Yeah.
And it's such ingrained in our psyche now that we just overlook it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They were in this city this time, and then they put the name of the city in big letters.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
oh, Paris. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. They're in Paris now.
Yeah.
So they play some French music.
That's it.
Some accordion shit. Like, oh, they don't show us these at. And they won't wreck the shit out of it. Because they can.
Because they can, and they always manage to get like the slamminest clothes. They're running through the airport with nothing but their bodies and their credit card, apparently. And then they get there, and then they walk out of the airport. They look amazing.
Yeah,
like,
slow-mo.
they don't look bedraggled and like
Yeah.
they've been sitting next to a crying baby for 12 hours to get to Istanbul.
I want a movie just about that.
Yeah.
The Transit.
The transit.
It's called The Transit. The movie's called The Transit. That's what it is. It's I want to see you checking your bags.
Yeah.
I want to see you go through security.
Yep.
And don't give me that clear or fucking pre-check. I want you to go through with the regular folks.
Exactly. And I want there to be a timer because you know the world is going to be destroyed in 3 hours.
Yes.
And this line for Southwest is very long. I think I need to sit towards the front of the plane. Well, you can pay extra. No.
You're Group C.
You are Group C.
And you didn't check it on time because you were doing other shit.
Exactly.
And now you're in Group C and you're pacing like, God damn, you're going to make it.
Miss, I'm going to need to keep my bag with me. There's no room, sir. There's no room. I have to put it under the plane.
That means when I get out, I got to wait for your ass.
So then I'm going to have to wait.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, this is brilliant.
If you had been here on time, you would have been in the seating range, but you're not. And so now you're the last person on this plane. I'm sorry. I don't have time to talk about this. Do you want to fly on this plane? That's how that goes.
Here's your pretzels. Shut up.
Shut up.
You're going to make it.
Exactly. And then he gets out. He got to go rent the car. And it's like,
Yes.
this is a debit card.
The Transit. The whole movie is about a dude saving the world but has to go through the airport system.
Exactly.
He has to go through the cabs. He has to order an Uber.
Yeah.
And the dude don't speak English. I want all of that.
All of it. And
Oh
he has
my
to decide,
God,
is he
this
going to
is
get
great.
Uber X or is he going to get that fancy Uber?
Yes.
That seems like a lot of money.
Or the Uber where it got to, like, it's a group one. They got to drop people off.
Exactly.
And he's like, God damn it. Another red light. Shit. And then,
Was it worth the extra $2?
and every minute and a half, there's like a 20, like the 24 show.
Yeah,
24
exactly.
clock.
It's clicking down.
The doomsday, the device is gonna explode. Oh my God, I want that movie.
That's going to be a great movie. That, sir, is $1 million idea.
You are welcome, Hollywood.
Exactly.
See what I can do?
Exactly. Genius.
Oh, The Transit, starring Liam Neeson.
With his old ass. And I say that with love. But
Yeah,
Liam, I can see you have bad knees. Stop it.
Go do like Bruce Willis, who's now doing movies that nobody heard of. He's always like the cop.
Yeah.
The disgruntled cop, which is what he's always done.
Yeah.
But now it's now blockbuster no more. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna kind of ride into the sunset.
Exactly.
And do shitty movies
Do
nobody
my
hears.
thing.
Yeah, and then fine.
Yeah.
And then we'll remember you for Hudson Hawk.
Yeah.
So
Why you gotta say Hudson Hawk?
I like Hudson Hawk.
Why can't you say Blind Date? Why can't you say, Moonlighting?
Right. Yeah.
Hudson Hawk.
I'm just fucking.
Don't lie. You know you love that shit.
I love that movie. I saw it in French. I love the movie when they sing the Storm the Castle and they sing at the same time. I love that scene.
Damn.
Anyway, all right, this is great, man. I want The Transit made, goddammit.
Exactly.
Really
We're gonna
do.
get funding for that.
All right, Kat, where can people find you? The movie, all that good stuff.
Take a look for, you can find us on Instagram at, for When You Get Lost. You can find me, Cat Hammons Actress, at Instagram, CatHammons Actress. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on TikTok, although I don't know why you would want to find me there. My
You
videos
TikTok?
suck. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, my videos are terrible. But yeah, Instagram, Cat Hammons Actress, for When You Get Lost.
All right, go see
Yeah.
the movie when it comes out. Hopefully, it gets bought and you can see it. But congratulations.
Thank you.
No, this is great. This is
Yeah,
great.
thank you.
As always, make sure you follow the FeedBak BAK everywhere on social media, Instagram, the YouTube channel. Subscribe. Just subscribe. Just hit the button. That's all it is. Like I said, I ain't got no sponsors. I ain't got no Patreon. I've been doing this for 10 years because I love talking to interesting people like Cat. So go check it out. Go through the archives. Record Play Live returns on December 17th. The One Hit Wonders edition. So get your tickets right now. You go to recordplay.live/One Hit Wonders. And yeah, we'll talk to you next time. Episode 301. Holy shit.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much for coming through, Cat.
Thank
I
you,
really
thank you.
appreciate it. And we'll talk to you next time. Ciao, ciao. So,
Excellent. Woo!
that was fun, man.
That was a lot of
I'm
fun.
crying, yo. I am crying. Oh, shit.